Me scrapping in my own private Idaho, and today we are on day number 12. Yes, day number 12. And this sketch is created by Allison Mcintyre, and this is what I call a build a scene layout, and I have the perfect paper for it. I am using the Turtley Cute scrapbook kit, this DSP from Stampin' Up. This is currently on clearance. It is under 3 names because they have 3 names for basically the same, well, 2 names for the basically the same paper pack. So I used the Turtley Cute paper pack by Stampin' Up, and it has all these turtles on it. I've actually made my grandson an entire book out of this. So in every one, and one of these days I'll share that entire book. I've done some layouts here on my YouTube video, but it's the perfect paper for a build-a-scene. And you can see on the back it has more neutral. And I'm sure a lot of people, when they saw this, thought, well, I don't know what I use it for, but I've had a lot of fun with it. So the backs are very usable, and mainly the one that I used, and so this was the one I thought I would struggle the most with. And actually what I did was, on my Build-A-Scene, this is a wedding that my grandson was the ring bearer to. So I cut out the wedding couple. I cut out a turtle, an extra turtle. That's supposed to be my grandson in theory. I picked out one of these turtles, and I can't, if I find the turtle that I used, I cut out one of these that was standing straight. I cut off their hat and put on the jacket. So you can see this turtle. This turtle is one of these turtles. I can't remember which one it was. But I cut it out, and then I cut out the jacket, and it was kind of like playing with paper dolls. It was great fun. So let me go ahead and show you how to do a Build-A-Scene layout. So this is an 8x8, which works perfectly with my pictures. And the first thing I did was I made clouds, and I'm going to show you how I make clouds. It is super easy, and you can see that these clouds matched. So this is sponged on here. I made this paper, and it matches the paper perfectly. So how I did that was I just got out a piece of white paper. I had my clouds, and I saved these clouds, and I just put a little piece of washi tape down. I grab my sponge, and I used Balmy Blue for this one. So I'm taking my Balmy Blue, my little ink pad. I have a this one is not exactly for this, but it works perfectly. So I'm going to just mush it down a little bit. I'm going to spray just a dab of ink, and I've probably done this before too. You can fast forward if you know how to do this. And so I just did that right here, and I just went to town. So I'm not, I don't want to wait for things to dry. So if I'm doing a technique with mixed media, I'm not going to show you as I do it. I'm going to show it to you on paper, and then you can see how you could do that. And I think that might need to be re-inked. You can see that I'm using the little ink spots, and that works just as well as a big screen. I can actually put this right here, since I'm not gonna, and I just add it until I get the intensity that I want. It doesn't seem to be showing up today. And then, as a bonus, I have these extra clouds. So when I move the clouds, I don't know if you can see this. I'm going to do it a little bit darker. For some reason, you know, when the camera's on, it never shows. So I'm just going to do it without ink and see if I can't. Maybe I'll just, yeah. So I'm not applying the water. I wanted it a little bit darker. So you can see when I applied the water, it was super light. And so I'm basically just going around, and if you're worried about your washi tape at all, you can kind of hold it down like I'm doing and see how you get that gets you that cloud look. So that's how I created that. So next thing, I'm going to put that lid on there, get the ink out of the way, and I'm going to start on this 8x8. So basically, I did change, of course, that is the thing that changes the most, she has, because I'm doing an 8x8, she has five pictures. I'm not going to have that kind of room because I am using an 8x8. The first thing that I did was I drew myself some valleys. So I started off with this one. And then you can see, let me show you that cut apart. So this cut apart, I had all of these hills and valleys, and I thought, I'm going to make that work with what I have. So I drew this one, and I drew this one. And I'm going to put that down first. So I'm going to put down, I'm going to move this one. And I fussed it around with it a little bit. That's the beauty of repositionable tape, is because I had to fuss around and cut around with this quite a little bit. And if you look closely, you can see that this is that one. And so I put this one down first. And I just had some scratch paper, and I just cut it around till it worked. And that's the beauty of 8x8s, is you're not using as much real estate. So I feel like I can experiment with papers and not be as worried about it. Things are easier. Okay, so then I'm going to set this one down here like this, because I want, see how I want it to come up against. It had trees. I hacked the tree off because I wanted to leave the tree there, but I just could not make it work. So I'm just going to put that one down here so that I don't have that. And I'm just kind of fussing a little bit. And and it's not perfect, it doesn't have to be. And then I liked, see how that is, whoops, I'm going to have to get my picture down here to remember what I did. Okay, so then I'm going to have this picture right here. No, that's not right. This one is the one. So then I've got that one right there. And see how that comes up here like this? Can you see this? How that kind of comes up there, and that looks weird? No worries, because the picture is going to go right on the top of it. So I'm going to glue that one down. And I really like how that turned out. There really is, it really is one that you have to fuss around with. And I definitely did not do that on screen because it took me quite a while. And I did fussy cut around because although that's pretty close to what I've sponged on there, it wasn't perfect, and so I just cut off that part. And so then that's going to come down here. I want to make sure I don't have any gap bosses. Then I have my large picture, which was of the wedding. And I like things to overlap, so I'm going to stick this picture down here. This tree is going to kind of come up over there like that. That way, when it's, although I must say, I really don't like my food to touch on the plate, but I do like my pictures and my paper to touch when I'm doing this one. I'm going to put this one here, and I'm going to pop that in. This was actually, someone had given me a really cute card thing with, I think there was candy in it, and the sun was so cute. I took it off, and I'm reusing it. Okay. Then I have my bride and groom. They're going to be here like this. And then I have and this, if you would like this title, a very SPE shell, space shell day, if you would like this part of the title is a Cricut file, and I will share it in the link below. But the day is actually that large alphabet that I purchased last year. It's still in the catalog, but it is all kinds of goodness because it's so versatile. So we're going to stand here right here with our cute little turtle couple. And when I saw this one, I was excited about all the other turtles, but I thought, how on earth am I ever going to use a turtle in a wedding suit? But I did it because he was in a wedding. So this is him being all kinds of turtles. I think I have like 4 more pages of turtle fun. Also, if you follow Kelly Baxter, she used this paper pack, in a fun way with Disney, and she gives you all the dimensions, and my dog's going to bark and there's going to be chaos for a little bit. But this is for $7.50. This paper pack is for $7.50 on clearance. I will leave my link below if you do not have a Stampin' Up! Person and you would like to buy this pack. It also has a, you can see how I laid everything out this way. I'm going to just set all of this on the top like this. I'm going to make sure that picnic table thing is covered. And I've got my pictures all glued down that way. And I'm going to talk a little bit about what I did. So this is, and I will, the large alphabet set, I will leave it in the link below. It's still available. And this is for day, and so it says a very special day. And then I've got my cute little, this is supposed to be my grandson, and he was a ring bearer. The only way they got him to go down the aisle was for him to, he got candy. And that works. We're okay with that. And I've got this one kind of sticking up. I'm going to probably curve that off. But anyway, I hope you will look at the papers that you have. And this type of paper is great for the Build-A-Scene. I would like to thank, what is her, the designer of this? Well, I'll get her name right here. I would like to thank Allie for creating this, and she's at Allie's Space to Craft, and she designed this fun layout. And this is all for day number 12. I hope you will like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you later, and we'll see what else we come up with for the rest of the month. Talk to you later. Thanks so much. Bye.